The goal of a drug-free world has caused more problems than it has solved. Prohibition breeds corruption. Let's wind back the clock to the late 60s and place ourselves on the Brazil-Paraguay border. To the east is a robust marijuana trade, but it's being hounded by the Brazilian government. To the west, there's land and farmers, but the country's policies aren't letting them thrive. It's no surprise that Brazilian marijuana farmers, rather than giving up their trade, decided to move to Paraguay instead. It's kind of like a balloon. If you squeeze the air out of one part of it, it's just going to inflate into the other. Fast forward to today, and Paraguay is the biggest cannabis producer in all of South America, with more than 7,000 hectares dedicated to growing cannabis. And some of their biggest export markets are right next door: Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay. What started small, a few acres of cannabis in the Paraguayan forest, has become huge. Over time, as the money flowed, the crops grew to occupy 8 departments. The scale of marijuana production in Paraguay is no secret, and it hasn't been for a while. And when you look at the root causes of the situation, it's hard to imagine how policymakers didn't see it coming. For instance, let's go back to the late 60s and visit a Paraguayan farmer. His or her economic livelihood depends on their connection with religious leaders, politicians, and friends. But what it depends on most of all is their soil. Traditional crops like wheat, maize, and manioc don't grow or sell well. And as more and more big agribusiness companies gobble up more and more of the land, this farmer's getting pushed out of the market, the legal market that is. The illegal market, on the other hand, offers him some real opportunities. In fact, the opportunities are so great, and his other options are so small, that he's willing to risk threats, violence, and traps nevertheless. Now let's look at someone else, a local authority, a cop, a major, a deputy. Their job is to protect everyone's rights, as well as the country's most important institutions. But to win office, you need money. And who has money? Drug traffickers. So the politician gains power thanks to the help of drug traffickers, and the drug traffickers find themselves with sympathetic friends in high office. We all know where this is going, and it doesn't take long either. Pretty soon, whole chunks of the state are dominated by leaders who are themselves beholden to drug traffickers. Following the global trend, Paraguay passes many harsh laws to punish those engaged in the drug trade. We're talking about 2 to 5 years in prison for possession, up to 20 years for trafficking, large fines, and imprisonment of drug users. So let's fast forward to today one more time. Paraguay is the #1 producer of marijuana in South America, and the homicide rate at the border between it and Brazil seems to just get worse and worse. But the people who could step in to stop it, well, they're now caught up in the system too. It's a vicious cycle. Corruption allows the drug trafficking to continue, but the corruption is a result of the drug trafficking. No one wins, except the drug traffickers and their corrupt allies, that is. History has shown us that cannabis market in Paraguay is not going away. That doesn't mean that these problems can't be solved, however. It just means that it won't be easy. Working together, we'll have to expand opportunities for small-scale farmers at the same time as we responsibly regulate cannabis and weaken the black market. But this particular vicious cycle can be broken with cooperation, new ideas, and real transparency.